posachedwa apa tikupasirani zimene wayankhula President wa dziko lino Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika lero lino pa 21 Oktoba 2025 atangomaliza kulumbilisa Second Vice President komanso maminista awiri amene asankhidwa.
Okay. He doesn't want to do his job, so I'll do it for him. My God, the light is so bad here. I don't know. Justin, you can't afford any electricity. I can hardly read, but I'll try to do so. Let's see. Right Honorable Dr. Jenny Ansah, Vice President of the Republic of Malawi. Right Honorable Enoch Chihana, Second Vice President of the Republic of Malawi. Honorable Lovemo Chikopa SC, Deputy Chief Secretary. Newly appointed ministers, Dr. Justice Adak Saidi, Chief Secretary, senior government officials, family members present here. There is nothing here on the text, but I believe there are some our paramount chiefs here, I believe. I think all of them, Paramount Chief Goman 5, Lero 5, Kyungu, and Kaduya, and Paramount Chief Chikula Mayembe. Somehow, Anaji Pongwe, sana kwike mbuku. Sakazi wa kumubwela leo. But thanks so much for coming. It shows your support for the government. We want the chiefs to be fully involved in the new Malawi. We have now a new Malawi, which is inclusive, which includes all people in this country. I see members of the Asian community, members of different community drives, all are Malawians, and I ask all of them to help me to build this country. Today, we have added 3 more members to my cabinet. We now have a second vice president. Congratulations, Honorable Chihana. We also celebrate the coming of Honorable Rosa Faich-Mbiz MP as Minister of Agriculture, Irrigation, and Water Development, a very important ministry, one of the most important ministries in this country, which for the first time in the history of this country is going to be held by a woman. I also want to welcome Honorable George Partridge, a very distinguished businessman who is going to hold one of the most important ministries, and that is the Ministry of Industrialization. I was at a panel in London with a number of British ministers and others. I think Kagame was there, and Conde before he was overthrown, and others. So they asked me, what's your contribution to the African market, common market? They said, aren't you so excited that the African common market? What's your contribution? I said, I'm excited, but I have no contribution. They said, why? I said, because I don't make anything. I'm not manufacturing anything in my country. So there's nothing I can sell on that market. And that's what they're telling, that we're not producing. And as long as we are not producing, people can give us tariff duty-free treatment, and we can reciprocate and give them duty-free treatment, but we will not benefit. So I created the means of industrialization, business, trade, of course, related, and of course, tourism, because they all are involved together to bring in forex in this country. And I chose Mr. Partridge. I know him, I've been with him. We're together at that conference in London, and I heard him speak. I was very impressed by him. And I said one day, if the next administration, I'm going to bring him in. That was about 2018. Unfortunately, there was no second administration. I was kicked out, as you know. So I was not, and I was proud of being the third former president and the seventh president, but the third former president. So now that I'm back, I remember him, and I want him. I want us to go into production in this country. We've got to produce. We have a lot of minerals. We've got a lot of products. I was talking to a bunch of Australians. They're saying that the minerals at Kankakude in Balaka have a lifetime of 100 years. And the minerals at graphite and rutile at Cassia have a lifetime of 40 to 60 years. Only those two together, if we mine and manufacture them here, would we make over $500 million a year, enough to establish a fund, a sovereign fund, to fund this country. You know, Norway used to be a very poor country until they discovered oil. And they set up a sovereign fund, and now Norway is one of the richest countries in terms of per capita in Europe. And we want to do that. So I want us to go into manufacturing, and therefore, I don't want any minerals exported in this country in raw materials. I'm issuing a decree today, nobody, no artisan, nobody at the airport is going to allow exportation of materials in raw form. If they do, I'm going to arrest them. It's as simple as that. We must add value here and then export them. There's one item which they bought $200 here, and they sold it after processing $700. You see, and that's how much we're being cheated. So I want to warn those, and those people who are mining illegally at Namizimu, in Mangochi and other places, I've news for you. Your days are numbered. Very soon we'll kick you out of that Namizimu. Last time, under General Spoon, we set up a program. We sent them there, but we made so much resistance, and because these people have so much support from others, their buyers and so forth, that the program did not succeed. When they did not succeed, we failed to root them out. But this time I can tell you, we'll root them out. This time they'll succeed. So much for minerals. So to our newest sworn members, I've appointed you all with one purpose, to help us to rebuild this country and to add value to this country, aspects of our economy. The creation of the second vice president will enable us to add more personnel to the presidency, and also provide unity, especially with our friends in the north. but we have our friends in the north, also in the presidency, and I think that's very, very important that everyone in this country should feel that they are participating in this country. That's what I want to do. Let me emphasize that the oath of office that you have taken today is a solemn commitment between you and the people of this country. It is a commitment that you are going to serve this country, that you are going to do government to serve this country, that you are not going there kudyera kuntaya Afrika sobona yodyera ntaya Afrika ayi zimeja nzakale zatazimezo odyera zatazimezo. This time you are going there to work for the people and produce profits for this country. So go in there understanding that if I fund, I'll be requiring one-page reports every month, as I did before, from every minister, 1 page of what you have done in the previous month. And it better be clear, concrete, supported by facts. If anybody is unable to perform, they'll be out and other people will be brought in. What I want is seriousness to make sure that we develop this country. And I want you to treat the people with impartiality and treat people come to you for their problems. Treat them decently, respect them. Some people have serious problems that they have that affect your ministry, that your ministry actually is in charge of. Treat them with respect. Obviously, I know one time this lady, I'll not mention the district, she called me about 10 times, letters and so forth. So finally I asked my executive, I said, bring that lady here, bring her, give her transport. So Anabuya, uku kamuzu paes. Ndalikuti ine naye ndi ng'ombe zanga, kumasobola nabuleka tonde wanga kwa afumu for 1 year. Kuma afumu so tonde wabalisa anambile, kuma so safuna kundibwezera uje tonde wanga. Safuna kundibwezera anambile. So want them to do something about it. So you'll be amazed. You'll be amazing the kind of things that come on my desk. That's what people want me to deal with. Everything. So we try our best to do that, and because people need the help. So treat people impartially and advise. If you know that the but deal with them in a diplomatic way, so when they leave to go home, they'll leave as happy. There will be a listening government. That's what people want. They want to be listened to. So try your best to do that. And the 3 regions, North, Center and South, also delivery in equal terms. When you deliver services, where there is construction, where there is fertilizer, that's where I put the fertilizer. It's very difficult to say fertilizer. I was with some donors from outside, and I said fertilizer. I'm so used to saying fertilizer, but I don't think they noticed. They thought I was just mispronouncing it, make sure that you range from fertilizer or unfair treatment. Try your best to help those people so that they feel the government is listening to them, to their wishes. Also, I think, as I say, that we'll try to share the presidency across the board and the resources. That's why I've moved some institutions which were taken from the south back to the south. And if there are some institutions whose main function is in the north, then they need to go and operate in the north, because we're talking about decentralization now. We want to decentralize the government instead of things going to the center. Things should go back from the center to the regions, to the villages. So we need to share all the resources in this country equally. So, and I assure that now very soon, as you know, we have had a problem of hunger, and I said before in the campaign that we will soon have enough maize. I can't say much, but what I can say is that our officials are working very, very hard. I'm sure you have seen the papers already that the minister, a day after she was appointed, she was already in Osaka. Before she was in Osaka, she was already in Osaka negotiating with the people there, and I believe they made some success there. And I think soon we should be able to have enough maize, and then the rains may be coming any time. When I was growing up, the rains would come in October, and by December, we used to eat chimaka cha chiwisi in December. I don't know how, but my mother had a way of knowing when it was ready. No. She's a premier, but at the right time she knew, without even opening the husk, she knew when it was ready. But anyway, the point I'm saying is, we used to have rains in October, and in December. But these days, rains sometimes are late, sometimes are not. They could come tomorrow, so Minister of Agriculture and your people need to be very, very prepared that the rains will come tomorrow. So you need to get your act together. I think the mistakes that were made in the past, that they were too late. And as a result, we have this hunger. This time, if we can do this on time, the next year we won't worry about hunger, because we have enough fertilizer to the people who are entitled to that. So we're working now on that, and we hope to finish that very, very shortly. In general, in agriculture also, I want to appeal to read transformational agriculture, commercialized agriculture. I think the agriculture should be industrialized in a very serious way. The way it has been so far. Now, I know there are mega farms, but I'm told that the story is not good, that the amount of money given to mega farms and the amount of maize that is coming out, Chihana kwambi, there could be something went wrong somewhere. Many people, Africa is considered as a mega farms, Well, it's a good concept, but it's not being run properly. I think there's too much favoritism, and too much corruption. Finally, I want us to go into technology in a various way, serious way in agriculture, in other areas of the economy. We need to move now into technology, you know, and I was saying, I've been away for so long, I've been here for 45 years. So I've been in New York. I think agriculture must have changed to a tractor. You look up at the castle manager, it's still there. We're so used to the whole, nothing has changed. Something has changed. We must move away from the whole to better forms of production, which make the farmer's life much easier than digging that hard ground every day, especially for elderly people. I think these are all the things. There's more I want to say, but you have been here long enough. I'll be saying these in future, at future confirmations of other ministers. At the moment, let me stop here. I wish you well and your family good luck, and God bless you all. Thank you.